Hi there, I'm Michelle Frost, the host of the Fit Mind, Fit Body podcast. Welcome to the Delirious West series, where we follow everyday runners preparing for the Delirious West 100 and 200 mile events in April 2025. In today's update, we'll check in with one of our athletes to hear how their training is progressing, the challenges they're facing, and the victories that keep them moving forward. Whether you're training for your first ultra or simply enjoy inspiring stories, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and see how our athlete is doing this month. Today on Fit Mind, Fit Body, we are checking in with another of our delirious athletes, Mel Gregory. Hello.
Hello, Michelle.
How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
I've seen something. You've been out doing some things with Sean.
I have.
So you managed to join it. I think you might even have mentioned it on the last one, or we just talked about it, that you were hoping to. So tell me what happened. Tell me about your last month. Tell me.
Well, I managed to go and join them for 2 days, which was awesome. It was heaps of fun.
Oh, that's so good.
So yeah, it was a welcome break from all the stuff that's going on at this time of year. It was really nice to just go and hang out with some really cool people, and I relay ran with Sarah the first day and Sean the second day, and we just did 5Ks at a time, and it was just so good to just slow down and just focus on the next 5Ks.
Yeah.
Just get the 5Ks, and then hop in the van and drive 5Ks and wait for Sean or wait for Sarah, and then do the next 5Ks.
That's so cool. People have mentioned on the podcast, when you're out there doing an event, and it makes you reflect on when people sort of highlight it, that you almost can't wait to the event, or those really long runs in some ways, because everything else does go. There's nothing else to do right now.
No.
Like, this just what's in front of you. There's 5K for you each time, and then there was nothing else. There was no kids to pick up. No, you have to worry about dinner. Is the washing done? That's it. You can't do anything about it.
So simple. And then these funny little towns that I think it made me realise we spend so much time trying to get from point A to point B as fast as we can that we miss all this cool stuff in the middle, like just travelling 80 Ks a day and these cool little pubs and cool little towns. And yeah, it was really a bit opened my mind a bit. I think to slowing down.
Wow. It's kind of weird. I think we need to have a however many kilometre run that they just finished yesterday, I think.
Yeah, they finished yesterday. I was a bit jealous, actually. It would have been awesome to be there on that last day. Yeah, it was just, what an adventure. Just to have shared a small part of it was amazing.
Yeah, so one way, this is the message for everyone, one way you can slow down is to create a big adventure for yourself, or a big challenge that goes thousands of kilometres perhaps, and just run a little bit every day. Yeah. Slowing down.
Well, I think just, instead of for us, because we're constantly travelling from SA to WA or WA to SA, we're trying to do 2,000 Ks in a couple of days. And to be able to plan a trip where you do 2,000 Ks in 2 weeks would be awesome, just
I love that.
Slow down. Yeah.
How did the running feel? Obviously it's a running challenge that Sean and Sarah had set themselves.
It was interesting. Day one was pretty good. It was more undulating day one, I think. So you had the relief of the downhills. There was a 5K up gradual incline that Sarah and I managed to get. and when we look back at our watch apps, it was a 5K incline. It felt like it was, and it was. But, you got the relief of the downhills on the other section. Day two, I think because I'd already run a marathon day one, day two was a little bit harder, a bit hotter. And and a bit flatter. And it was cut short because there was this massive thunderstorm, 13 k's out of Alari, which was quite cool because then we, drove into town and got to watch that. So, but I feel like when I got up on the third day, I felt better than I did when I got up on the second day. So I think it would have been good to see how I went on that third day. So I think those sort of things, you definitely get fitter as you go.
Yeah, it's like running into fitness. I'm hoping that's what'll happen with the event, personally. Yeah. I'm just going to run into my fitness. Go slowly.
Yeah.
The last day I'll be sprinting.
Yeah.
Not sure it works like that. But yeah, certainly when bushwalking, when we do multi-days, by the sort of third or fourth day, you're feeling like you're getting fitter, like rather than just recovering from each day's thing, you're actually feeling better. So yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. So what about the rest of your training? So you went away and you did this have a little interlude of slowing down to run a bit more. How else has your training been this month? As you said, it's crazy time right now, this Christmas.
I've actually, to be honest, I've been struggling to get out and run. That was really good because it gave me something to focus on. But I've also been pretty tired because I think everything else that's going on in life. So I don't know. Normally I would have tried to tick all the boxes, tried to push through, to the detriment of myself. And I'm finding that I'm just not. If I'm too tired or I can't fit it in, I'm not pushing it. And I found then when I did my last long run, I felt better because the weeks prior to that, I'd been struggling with those longer runs and I was going, what the hell's wrong with me? I'm training, I'm doing all the right things. Why am I struggling with this? But I think you've got to learn to listen to your body. And if you need a break, you need a break. You can't pretend that you don't because it's going to show up.
Isn't it like our running it's not done in isolation?
No.
It's a bit like our body. We talk about being a whole system and you treat one little symptom, but, it's the whole system that perhaps we need to look at, not just, in this case, the running. Like it's not just running that's making you tired, it's life.
That's right. It's all the other things that are going on at this time of year. And I'm still getting 4 runs a week, and some weeks I'll get 5 or 6 and other weeks I'm sure I may only get 3. But I think as long as I keep ticking along and, or just do a shorter run because you don't have the energy for the longer run. I feel like I'm starting to, I don't know whether I'm growing up, but I feel like I'm starting to listen to what my body needs rather than getting stuck in my head so much.
I love that. And I assume you're not tired just because you're sitting in the car all the time or, at the computer with your job as well. You are a bit physical too because you're getting out on the property and you're doing all these other things as well. So there's so much physical, I think, from what I can tell with your life, there's a lot of physical stuff that you're doing anyway. Like you're not literally just sitting down when you're not running.
No, I'm feeding sheep and I'm or I put re-tick in on the front lawn, or I'm doing usually if I don't run, I'm still doing something physical each day.
Yeah,
mowing the lawn, or riding horses, or there's lots of things,
which I think is that incidental.
That are not tracked on my watch or not on.
Trust me, I have been moving. My body hasn't been stationary. I wish I could say that sometimes. Sometimes when I pick up the vacuum cleaner, I'm like, well, I guess this is exercise. I don't want to do this, but I'm sure it's exercise. So that's good. And as you said, it is a more mature way to look at it because otherwise we push and we haven't ticked a box and we beat ourselves up and it's a mental game. We get all stressed about it.
You stop enjoying it. And then you forget why you did it in the first place. We run because we like to run.
Yeah.
So I think you need to, you've got to try to make sure that you maintain that.
Yeah, I love that. That's great advice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with that being said.
See, I'm growing up.
Don't grow up too fast. That's okay. So with that being said, the next few weeks, well, I don't know, what does it look like for you? Because you've got the kids and the farm, but I don't. Some people just stay quite, they do a little local thing. But is it a bit chaotic for you?
Well, we're travelling to WA
Okay.
on Friday, hoping to get there Sunday.
Yes.
I still
There's your
haven't told.
2,000 kilometres.
I need to put that in Glenn's calendar so he knows what's going on. But I am looking forward. We're going to my parents' place in Busselton, and I'm looking forward to running, in a different location
Yeah, exploring
and being close to the beach, and
mm,
being able to run and then go for a swim immediately after.
yeah.
So that will be good. So
I always like, because we're going to Melbourne, we do it every second year for Christmas. And I'm like, I'll be able to go for a run and then meet my husband, or he'll come with me for a run, and we'll just go straight to a cafe.
yeah,
Like, what?
yeah, it will be really nice to just be able to get down by the water first thing in the morning.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do those different things. So you're not, apart from the trip over there, and I assume coming back, which will interrupt a few days of training, not to
Mm,
mention just tired. You get tired just from the traveling,
you
but
do.
it,
Yeah.
it's that moving. I think my mum once said to me, how you can't expect not to feel tired, even if you're not the one driving, because our bodies are not really made to move as fast as they go in a car, like to go from one physical place to another physical place, like we do, or in a plane or whatever. That it's quite, yeah, that's how she kind of explained it. I'm not explaining it very well, but it made sense to me when she explained it that we would feel tired because this long journey that we do,
Yes.
journeys, yeah,
Yeah.
at a much faster rate than we could carry ourselves
I
for
did
long.
consider having him like taking off before he's packed up in the morning. I'll just start running and you can pick me up when you've packed up and are on your way. Start running down the road across the Nullarbor. But, we'll see. We'll see what I feel like.
That sounds more enticing to me than drop me off 20 k's from home or 40 k's
Yeah. No,
from when you
rather do
get
it in
there.
the morning.
Do it that end. So do you stop somewhere on the way as well? Is that part of
Since we've had the kids, we bought a caravan and
it?
we stopped 2 nights.
Okay.
Do it in 2.5 days.
So you've got a couple of mornings you could
Yeah.
take off first.
The morning we leave, nothing's going to happen because it's going to be madly packing. But,
I was thinking that there. And how long are you away for?
2.5 weeks.
Okay. Well, that'll be fun, I
It
think.
will. It
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. So from what you said, you're not particularly worried. It's just you're just not getting in the kilometres that you thought you would. How does your coach feeling? How's Glenn feeling about it all? Has he said?
I haven't had a check in, like a proper chat with him, but I don't know. He's so casual. He doesn't seem too concerned. So it's not that I'm not getting the K's in so
Yeah.
much. I've just had a couple of lower weeks,
Yeah.
and I think by the time the new year comes around and all of this craziness is over, hopefully things will get back into more of a routine. Yeah, but it's just going with the flow a bit, trying to enjoy it
Yeah.
more rather than feeling like I've got to hit certain targets or do something.
You take that's your Christmas present to yourself, which I think is lovely.
But then after Christmas, it is only 3 and a bit months, so better
Stop
knuckle
that.
down. Just in case you needed a reminder.
Yeah, somebody said it was something like that recently, and I went, "What? Don't be silly."
I do feel comfortable in the fact that I am in a better place than I was this time last year,
Yep.
fitness wise. So
Mhm.
I don't. I think that's why I'm not panicking because I've had worse lead ups. So
A lot of it's a mental game anyway,
it
like we've
is.
alluded to. And
Yeah,
you're in a good place. I think you're in a great place mentally. That's what I'm hearing.
yeah. Well,
That's awesome.
as of the last couple of days.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't talk to you last week.
Yeah. It goes up and down.
Oh, you're human then. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, what are you hoping to get for Christmas? Is there anything in the Christmas thing that's
Not really. I already laid my lawn, and I was like, that can be my Christmas present because I've wanted lawn for 3 years, and I've finally got it. So, nothing. Just to be all together as a family, and
yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Well, Mel, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a super duper safe travel over there on the crazy roads in the silly season, and then a very safe trip home again, and lots of running in between, enough that keeps your brain happy as well. And that's all you really need, is to make sure that you're happy with how much you've done.
Yeah.
And enough that you can eat as much Christmas pudding as you want as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's important.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is for me anyway. Otherwise, we will talk to you in January and find out how the Christmas running went, and whether you were just thrown out of the car and then picked up a bit further down the road, or how that went. Or you just left early. Yeah, so thank you for sharing today. It's been lovely to talk to you. We'll talk to you in January.
Good, Michelle. Merry Christmas to you too.
And that's a wrap for another Delirious West athlete update. A huge thank you to the athletes for sharing their journeys, and to you, our listeners, for joining us on this delirious adventure. Remember, it's not just about the finish line. It's about the journey, the community, and the moments that keep us moving forward. Keep rooting for our runners and tune in for next month's check-ins to see how their training is unfolding. If you're enjoying this series, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a review and share the podcast with your friends. Let's all get a little delirious together. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode or an update. Connect with us on the website, on Facebook, or on Instagram. And we'd love to hear your stories and support you on your running journey. Stay strong, stay motivated, and keep pushing your limits. Until next time.